When Google announced the Pixel 8 Pro, they also revealed a brand new exclusive feature called Video Boost that combines Google's photography technology with their massive data center processing capabilities and machine learning models to make videos significantly better or provide what Google calls the best low-light video on any smartphone. And while the scope of this video isn't to combat that claim, I have spent enough time with Video Boost to give you a solid breakdown on what it's like to use with some iPhone 15 comparisons at the end for those that want to see how it stacks up to one of Google's biggest competitors in the tech space. First things first, to get Video Boost going, you have to open up the video portion of your camera app, hop into the settings, and turn the Video Boost toggle on. From there, you'll get a little notification in the viewfinder indicating it's active and ready to go. Once you're done shooting, you will have a temporary file to immediately use while you wait for cloud processing to complete. Normally, this process can take anywhere from 1 hour up to 6 for some of our larger 5 to 8 minute files, and when it's done, you'll get a Google Photos notification where you'll be brought right to the finished project. After about 3 days, I have completely filled my storage and shot in every condition imaginable, so let me tell you how surprised I am to say night sight video is actually the better part of this feature. I know Google heavily marketed the Video Boost side, which kind of puts me in this awkward situation where I have to unravel some kind of mystery, but Video Boost is not very useful in ideal lighting conditions. You see, Google says the feature is supposed to add more dynamic range, produce more vivid colors, add more detail, and stabilize the shot. But in broad daylight, we already have the best case scenario for those values, and because of that, nothing new is really added here. If anything, you might notice critical shadows that were meant to add definition are now lost in a washed out, hazy look, which to me is not making these videos any better. On occasion, colors did get a slight boost in saturation, or maybe video did get tiny benefits from the extra exposure, but more often than not, it wasn't worth using the feature during daytime hours. However, the stabilization portion of Video Boost is simply fantastic in my opinion. In many clips you're about to see during this video, I'm holding the phone one-handed while my dog is pulling on the leash to try and sniff a tree. Needless to say, I wasn't in the most stable of circumstances, and with the video boosted clips, there is a significant difference in stabilization, almost as if I was using a gimbal. So, keep that in mind when working with the daytime portion of Video Boost. It might not be ideal for every situation. Moving on, let's talk about night sight video, which should really be Google's primary focus in marketing this feature, as this is where most people will notice significant differences in video quality. It works the same way Video Boost does by manually enabling the toggle in the settings, but now if you're filming after dark, night sight video will automatically be enabled during the processing phase. When that night sight technology is applied to the uploaded clip, you should immediately notice entire scenes are brightened up, from the objects in the foreground to the illuminated sky in the background, as compared to the SDR preview clips. You can now see intricate detail in the trees that were not visible before. Light sources are amplified in a much more clean way while being evenly extended throughout the scene, and this is just comparing the standard definition file with the processed result. A better comparison would be to put it up against the iPhone 15, since that's what Google did at the launch event, and even then the results are impressive. One of our guys, Ben Schoon here at 9to5Google, did a dedicated piece on this, which I will link in the description. I encourage you to check it out. But as you can see, the Pixel 8 Pro with night sight video and the iPhone 15 are so close, it's almost subjective which one is better. The way Pixel handles light sources, though, is not up for debate at all. You can see Google is able to stop this ambient light from being blown out while also giving them a scenic glow that adds to the experience. Obviously, it's a big deal to note one of these is using cloud processing while the other is not. Nonetheless, it is pretty impressive to say the least. Now that we got a direct comparison out of the way, there are a few negatives that caught my attention during my testing that you should know about real quick. For starters, I find it odd that you can only use the 1x or 2x zoom with Video Boost, so unfortunately that means there is no way that you can test this out with the digital 20x zoom, although I think that would be very interesting for us to try out. In the same instance, I thought it was frustrating you can't use the ultra wide lens with the Video Boost either, just the default main lens, which kind of limits a lot of possibilities. On top of that, Video Boost has to be manually enabled every time you exit the video portion of the camera app, which is just kind of tedious. Finally, file sizes using this feature are absolutely massive. This is just a general estimate, but if I had to guess, it's maybe 1 gig per minute of footage, since it's technically storing one temporary SDR file and one more permanent RAW-like clip. So if you plan on using this feature a lot, make some space so you don't have to do any file management on the fly. So with all that information and knowing what Video Boost is capable of, what is the final verdict? Well, to me, it needs a lot of work when it comes to daytime recording in ideal situations. Right now, the only major benefit is stabilization, which is excellent by the way, but there needs to be more value, or else it's just better to rebrand the feature as cloud stabilization or something like that. Night Sight Video, however, has definitely received a noticeable improvement, and if you have the Pixel 8 Pro, it is worth trying out hands down. Either way, guys, leave a comment and let me know what you think of the Video Boost feature. Was this everything that you were expecting it to be? Are there some suggestions that could make the feature better? Leave a comment and let me know, but in the meantime, guys, I'm getting out of here. This has been Jordan Floyd with 9to5 Google. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.